Don't try and stop these men in green, 'cause we'll hit ya, and you'll see green. We're the mad and mean green machine. Fearsome men from the ACT. Don't try and stop these men in green, 'cause we'll hit ya, and you'll see green. Hit ya, 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 hit ya.
Alright, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and I love this jersey so much. I love this old Roosters logo. I think it's so cool, and I know there's a bit of talk in the future we're going to move back towards a more simplified logo, and I think obviously the one that will oh my god, that jersey looks so hot. It looks so hot. The talk is that we'll just basically strip back our normal logo and just keep the rooster. I'd love to see us go back to something like this. I'd love to see us go back to like a modern version of that. That'd be so very cool. I'm going to talk about Daniel Tupou. And I know you've been hearing a lot about Daniel Tupou this week, obviously. It's his 300th game. All of them played for one club, the Sydney Roosters. I've been confronted with the reality lately of the end of Daniel Tupou's career. And why it matters to me is that my first Roosters team that I really followed like very closely week in, week out, I knew all the players, I watched every minute of every game, was the 2013 Sydney Roosters. We won the premiership that year. There's only one player that's left playing rugby league from that team. Well, playing in the NRL from that team. Roger Suwasashek was there, but he's now unfortunately gone. Certainly there's only one left at the Roosters, and it's Daniel Tupou. Every team that I've followed, every Roosters team that I've followed, he's been there. To me, the Sydney Roosters have Daniel Tupou there. And not only is he there, but he is incredibly consistent. He is exactly as good as he always has been. Really has largely stayed the same style player. And look at that Tifo, one club, 300 games. He is that guy. They talk about him as the perfect teammate. He's absolutely everything you'd want in a teammate. And indeed as a role model. We talk about these players as role models. Humility. Despite achieving at such a incredibly high level. Eels fan, I'm not going to show the screen now. Just remains humble, gets through his work. We talk about the record of Alex Johnson scoring the most tries of all time, which is a crazy record, and he deserves remarkable praise for doing so. There's another record that Daniel Tupou holds, which I think goes a little bit under the radar because of that AJ record. Daniel Tupou has scored more tries in more first-game rugby league games than anyone. So AJ basically scores them in bunches. Tupou has scored in more games than anyone. That's an impressive record. He is a historically significant player, both within our game, but also within rugby league as a whole. We talk about guys like Jason Taumalolo and Andrew Fafita changing International Rugby League by electing to play for Tonga. Tupou was playing for them in the 2013 World Cup. Tupou was always there for Tonga. And I think there's a reason why the Royals of Tonga have showed up today to watch his Roosters play against the Parramatta Eels. He hates this praise. He hates having a moment be about him. But he's going to lead him out today, I'm sure. And it's going to be very, very cool as a Roosters fan to see it happen. I'm savouring every moment that we have left of Daniel Tupou being at my great club because, yeah, I really don't know what it's going to feel like not having him there. I really don't. Yeah, that's basically... I didn't know what I was going to say there, but I think that's basically my monologue. Who you think going to win? Roosters, but I'm a little nervous. Eels fan saying, come on, as in, come on, you want me to show the game? Fine, since you asked so nicely, I'll commit a felony. Since you asked so nicely. I put the poll up on YouTube. He's hugging Kath King. She's such a loved figure within the club at the Roosters. He's gonna walk out late, and look at that, the tifo that the Chook Ben have. You don't see tifos much in rugby league. That's very cool. I said in the comments of a few posts, the tears that I'm going to cry when he retires could flood a nation, and I'm feeling some waterworks coming on even now, to be honest. How can you not? Like, how can you not? Very special. To do it at one club as well, it's rare. It's rare. The all-time top try scorer for the oldest rugby league club in the NRL, Daniel Tupou, perennially underrated, and look at the size of that guard of honor for Toops. It's been a long time coming. It's been a long time coming. He spent quite a bit of time out injured. This is his first game back. And even the goals are there clapping him. Oh, yeah. A guard of honor. I love this club. I love this club. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Wow. Legend committing felonies for the boys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. NRL the GOAT says Tupou will score. I think he will for sure. I'm backing it. The game started, by the way, not on my screen. I'll let you know when they kick off on my screen so you can sync up with me. Haven't kicked off on my screen. What do you think the score is going to be? I said last game I think it will be 28-12 Roosters, but I would take a win by any number of points. I think this is a danger game. A bit of a danger game. Did it just start? Probably. It hasn't started on my screen. I should be exactly as far behind as I was last game. Alright. We're about to get underway. There's the kickoff. Let's get it on for the third game of this, your Saturday footy live stream. I need to change the name of the stream actually over on Twitch. It's still Bulldogs and Raiders. Roosters v Eels. Whew. I like this Parramatta kit, the all yellow. I think it looks pretty cool. The coach says, can you please give me a shout out? I beg you. Why have we got so many people asking for shout outs today? Normally we get like one a day. Everyone's asking for it. Again, my way of giving shout outs is reading your usernames when I read your comment, and I've done that a few times. So that's sort of the way that I go about that. Oh no, they didn't set to the score. No, they didn't. It's off to the side. That's hilarious. See, this is why my scoreboard's better than theirs. Tupou with the catch, and listen to the rise for him. He nearly knocked it on. He nearly knocked it on. That would have been so funny. That would have been really, really funny. How high do you think the score is going to be? And not an overly high scoring game. I don't think it will be like the last two games. Yeah, brother, you're about a minute behind. Unfortunately, there's something I can do about it. I can try and get... I'll close... A minute is big. I'll close and open up the Voxel app again. I'll try, and I'll tell you exactly what it says on my clock so you can sync up with me like that. Currently says 38-33 right now. 6 again there for the Roosters. Nice little set restart there. So here we go. Early on, good opportunity. What's the starting Anana like? Having shaved, he looks very much like an old school style player. Good pass there for Siwa Wong. Takes a tackle there. Watson in a dummy half. Wants to have a go himself. Spins the ball out wide. Savala on now. Tupou's got it. He won't score there, but he does decently with the opportunity. They're trying to get it out to him, which is not really the way you want to play rugby league. Anyway, Watson gets to Savala on the third. Now Radley, good run. There, through the middle. Good stuff from him. We didn't get into the teams because I was busy waffling, but there weren't any changes anyway from the hour update. Ball for Mark Nongni Tuase, and he doesn't go up for it, but it's just knocked dead by Josh Adokar. I'll take that. I wish I had a daughter so she could marry Daniel Tupou, says Papa Leaguie. That's a phrase that he has certainly said a number of times. He has definitely said that. Alright, yeah, so to sync up once again, clock says 37:30 right now. For me, I hope that maybe gets me a little bit more up to time, but anyway. Not too bad there, man. It's like 30 seconds. Yeah, that's about as good as I can get it. Because Foxtel goes already behind. Then once it gets through OBS, uploaded to YouTube servers, yeah, it's tough. To be on, you know, with the actual cable broadcast, but anyway. Love your jersey. It's the best. I'm Yanni. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Yanni. The jersey is very sick. I like it a lot. The details on it are crazy. There's a bit of staining on the V, though, which I don't really like, because it actually makes it just look like it's dirty. You can't see it, but... oh, hang on. Gone the wrong way there. It's... there. It's a little difficult to see, but it is like... there's a stain that is on the jersey. Anyway, short ball there, Cherry Evans. Oh, it's a good little pass there to find Celesi Feketi. Can't quite break through there. Watson, crash pass, intercepted, Jack DeBellin. That is not what I would have thought. Absolutely not what I would have thought. Jack DeBellin, holy, that was, I think, a bit of a do-or-die moment there, because I think that the Roosters would have scored if that ball had got through. DeBellin, what an interception, and the Roosters giving away a little tactical 6 again there. You think 2 is for score? Yes, I do. Yes, I certainly do. All right. Well, what a start. Parramatta survived the early exchanges, that's for sure. We could have made them pay there, and unfortunately did not. Again, we always show Tiana Penitani-Gray on the sideline. We don't show the others. I don't know why. Yeah, they're going again. The way I do it is I read out your username when I read out your comment. That's my way of giving out shout-outs. So, but thank you for being here and enjoying the stream. I appreciate it. All right, Peasant. Up over the top. Underneath this one's going to be Nwangani Tawase. It's funny, they kicked once to Tupou, once to Nwangani Tawase. I thought they might pressure Ramsey a little bit more at the back, but is what it is. So that's good work from Para. That's a good set, getting them out of their own end there. Yes, they got, a set restart. They started it well with the set restart, but anyway. So with the intercept, but anyway. Hugo in the centers has been class for the Roosters. He really has. He's been great. And it's changed the way that I view Hugo Savala and his future at the club. I very much viewed him as a future Rooster. Kick there for Cherry Evans. It's inside the 40. It's not got the angle, unfortunately. It was close. But it's not a bad kick in the end from Daly Cherry Evans. Something about that Cherry Evans on the back of the jersey looks so cool. Yeah, it was a good kick. It was on the 3rd as well. Couldn't get that 40-20 though. It's not a 40-20, George, unfortunately. Went out too early. They show TPG because she's the GOAT sideline analyst. Hey, I'm not going to disagree with that. I think they show her because, she is a notable figure in the NRLW as well. Oh, the ball's come free then. Nafahu White's got it. We got a whistle. It's going to be ruled a double knock on or be Roosters ball. Yeah, they got rid of the scoreboard there, by the way. So it's not a strip. I don't think any Roosters knocked it on there. I'm going to be honest. Not from what I saw, but anyway. What's your least favourite thing about the Roosters? I don't know if this really counts. The lack of local juniors, but I actually think that we do really, really well with the local juniors we have. It's because I wish we had more. If you mean the organisation as a whole, we're very ruthless, and I think that we do look after the players that are good to us, but we can throw some guys out, and sometimes I don't like that so much. So yeah, how going, Stephen and Catherine? Hope you're doing well. Tackle was completed. He wasn't allowed to continue. He had to play the ball. He dropped the ball. Evidently, that's the rule of Adam G. 6-ball there for the Roosters. So this is a whole fresh offensive set here for the Chooks. Stepping inside there. It was close there, actually, from Cody Ramsey. Nearly got there. Watson back to find Cherry Evans. Oh, he got it out to Toya. Mark had space. Ball's come free. DC he's grounded it. He's celebrating this. I don't know. 6 balls the call. Try time in an old style jersey. The oldest player on the field gets a try, and I will tell you what. Where's the soundbite that I'm looking for? Where's it? There we go. And they won't weary Daly Cherry Evans. Roosters in for the first try of this game.
Here come the Roosters,
I guess they are showing up on the screen now, Smart Guy. That's the first message I've seen from you that has shown up. I don't know. I want to see what happened here. This is just back from Toya, socket on by Cherry Evans that he scores. Kind of looks like a try to me. No, I think Toya's knocked that on. I think this will be taken off the Roosters. Has to knock on into Toya. Yeah, I think it has. Unfortunately, being knocked on by Toya. Unless they rule that it's back off Toya and then forward off Adokar and then he scores. It could go either way. The fact that it went up as a try. Yeah, that's really tough. That angle from the back looks like a knock-on. The angle from the side looks less like a knock-on. I wouldn't really mind either. Guess how many field goal happened last year? Hint below 20? 17. 17. Siva says, my friend has a crush on you. Your friend needs way better taste. But that's very nice of her. Or, I don't know. Might be a him. We'll see if try gets confirmed here. Still hasn't come in. Are you going to do Storm Titans tomorrow? Yes, I am. Yes. Yeah, it's going to be reviewed here. I had a sneaky suspicion it would be taken off as even right from the start. I wasn't celebrating massively. The bias in that poll, no fanfare for Eels. I mean, look. Yeah. So, no try, unfortunately, for the Roosters. I'm going to make a note of that. Toya, no try. 9 minutes gone. Are they going to say Roosters ball? Yeah, we're going to get the ball. Buddy says, I asked out my crush. She said, yes, hell yeah. Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. You're very close, 18. Damn. Well, I wouldn't have really been able to have much of a clue if not for your clue, to be fair. So, yeah. All right, here come the Roosters. Watson gets it to Ramsey. What a step, by the way. Almost all ends up. Beats Kelma Tuolangi there. Watson for Radley. Underneath to find Spencer Leniu. Scheming a little bit through the middle of the field there. Absolutely wound up. Played it quickly. Watson got it to Fiketti. Takes the tackle there. Para have defended well so far to start this game. This is the third. Watson out of dummy half. It was rushing defense. Ball's come free and it's just a knock on. That's poor. That's poor attack, unfortunately, from the Roosters. Watson kind of had a vague idea there. I'd be keen to see. Did he try and... Oh, no, he just lost it. He just lost it. Names on the back of the jersey for an hour on, please. I like it a lot, but you're sacrificing a lot of sponsorship revenue. That's a tricky thing. You're right, that jersey with DC on it looks sick. I don't know what it is. It's the one with Cherry Evans specifically. Maybe it's seeing Cherry Evans with Roosters. I don't know. Yeah. Do you think it's working with Walker and Cherry Evans as the highest pairing? Absolutely, I do. Working way better than I thought that it would be working. Why your jersey doesn't have the black shoulder lines like the actual jersey has? So, it's the same with our normal home jersey this season. It's the way Adidas has done it. They have this stitching on the lines there. It's not black. It's the Roosters navy blue. They have that stitching. The consumer versions don't. I don't really know why, but yeah, that's why. You should have gotten DC instead of Radley. If I had known that this would be Tupou's 300th, I would have got Tupou instead of Radley, but I didn't at the time. So, how much was the jersey? I can't remember. I think just the normal price of a jersey, which is about 160. So, yeah. Hello, Yanni and Lewis. Hope you're doing well. Alright, kick up over the top there. Oh, that's very close to the sideline. Nwangani Tuase gets it to Ramsey. Good pass there from Ramsey's through. Go! Go, Rambo! Go, Rambo! Can't keep going there beyond the 40, but did very, very well. Let's go. Watson's a fantastic player, just doesn't get reps in the same position enough at the Roosters. That's certainly true. I agree with that. Although we came up with a pretty poor error there earlier on. But anyway. Roosters are really underrated at making kits. Well, we kind of make the same home kit every year. There's 6 more there. But we need to. You know what though? I've got to be honest. I really liked the blue on blue home kit with with the blue shorts, and then white kit with the white shorts coming into this season. But seeing the blue shirt, white shorts again right now, I do really like it. I do really like it. I think probably still slightly prefer blue and blue. Savalas just knocked that on. Damn. We had a lot of momentum there. Had a lot of momentum, and handling errors are costing us at the moment. 0-0. After this opening 10 minutes, we've been well and truly on top, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect it. Yeah, you lose sponsor money, but in theory, you make up for it in merch. Just look at EPL kits. Yeah, I don't... You gain through merch. I don't know how much you would, quote, make up for it. Again, I don't have the numbers. My guess would be it wouldn't be enough, but I don't really know. Are you sad Connor's leaving the Roosters? 100%. He's my favourite Roosters player. Has been for a number of years now. But he's a luxury player to have, at least the way that we use him, he is. And obviously, you know, in order to remain under the salary cap, you've got to lose a couple of luxury players. Him, Spencer Leniu, for instance. These are guys that are on the way out, so... Sego sponsor should have never left the Roosters in 2025. Yeah, it made a lot of sense, the brand synergy, but we had them for a long, long time. And I like the way BYD looks on the jersey. All right. Tackle there, Yongi, by Savala, Radley, and I think it's Fichetti, the other player involved in that tackle. It was. On the 4th, DeBellin gets it now. Volkman, who's announced that he's leaving the Eels at the end of the year. Interesting that it came in the same couple of days that Jerome Luai has announced he's leaving the Tigers. Interesting. Anyway. Are you sad Mark's going to Rugby Union? That I'm probably the most sad about. It's a good kick there. Daniel Tupou watches it go over the sideline. So they're doing well here, Parramatta. They're sticking with it. They are sticking with it. Is Cherry playing on next year? I don't think he's made a decision on that yet. I don't know if he will until the end of the season. I like your headphones. So do I. They are very good. They are an outstandingly good set of headphones. And the sound quality is crazy. So. Alright. So Roosters back in possession. Do you think Sammy Walker had a good debut Origin series? It won't be remembered for being a good debut series because it really didn't do much in Game 3. Really no Queensland player did. But yeah, man of the match in Game 2. To be man of the match best on ground in your second Origin game, that's pretty impressive. Roosters need to stop spending their money on people that are soon to retire. Oh, well, what, DCE? Who else? There's a good offload there to find Billy Smith, but nice tackle there from Brian Kelly to stop that line break. Chasing through, normally you'd have Tedesco here, but Iongi's tackled just there easily by Savala. Help a brother out. Any idea why the clock stops for some conversions and not others? If it's the last 5 minutes of a half, then the clock will stop. That's to prevent time wasting. I was just, in fact, saying earlier in today's stream that I feel it's weird that we have different rules for it depending on different times of the game. But yeah, it's to stop time wasting. So Ryan Hall had the shortest NRL stint. He played 2 years. Didn't play many games across those 2 years, but he did play 2 years. Addo Carr tackled there by Narangani Tawase, and a little bit of help from Leniu. Now to find Jota Pezzett. Hits it from inside the 40. Yeah, it goes. I'm not really thinking about next year for Cherry Evans, to be honest. Or really any of the Roosters. I'm thinking about this year. Ramsey with another really good step close to the line. He's done well there. That should be 6 more. Katonga was very much involved in the tackle there. Good run, Daniel Tupou to the halfway line. How did Tupou get injured? It was magic round, leg injury. Roosters would be such a likeable club if they weren't salary cap cheats, and also they didn't steal other clubs' juniors, and also didn't cheat their way to a few premierships and minor premierships and endless top 4 finishes. Low IQ or rage bait, call it. I'm taking it. So, hello, a WTF, but of the second variety. There's 2 WTFs. It's too much. Too much for me. I'll go WTFJ as the second one. Leniu with a great run there against quite possibly his future club. Now in the hands of Cherry Evans. Over the top. This is all Nwangani Dawase. Goes up for it. Doesn't come down with it. I don't think he's touched it. Yeah, it's going to be drop out. Do you think Tedesco should go? He's getting too old? Nah. He's playing super well. He's playing really, really well. It doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how well you're playing. And Tedesco's playing brilliantly. Sorry if I'm wrong, but is Marky Mike not coming back to NRL after World Cup? Not decided. Not decided. Luai and Moses team swap. Am I cooking? No, they won't do that. Moses will stay at Para. I think Luai will go to Para, but I think Moses will stay there for him. Trubo looking classy this year. Honestly, seem to go under the radar a little with how dangerous they've been / could be. The Roosters, yeah, no, absolutely. I love that we're going under the radar because we notoriously, I think, get overestimated. So, if Roosters win the comp this year, do you think they could have / could do it without Cherry Evans? Probably not. No. Nice ball there to find Billy Smith. But again, really good defense from Para. I'm hoping that we're winding them down a little bit. We're making them a bit more tired. But they're just defending very well. Toya does well there. Gets it to Mark Noini Tawase. Steps. Gets a wild offload back in field to find Toya. No way. What a crazy offload from Mark. He can do freaky things. He's a freaky man. And look, this entire game's about one winger, but the other one, I tell you what, he's a hell of a player. No, I'm going to need to ask, when something like that comes off, my God, it looks gorgeous, and they won't take that one off us. What a pass. Let's see a review of this. He went for the try line, which he was never really going to get there. Toya stands up, gets it. Oh my God, what a pass that is. That's crazy. He's such a crazy player, Nwangani Tawase. Absolute cinema, Nwangani Tawase. How's he? No, he's put a foot on the touchline. No, he's put a foot on the touchline. No, they will take that one off us. They will take that one off us. It was really close. No, he's got rid of it. He's got rid of it, I think. It's so tight. Tries confirmed. My God, there's not much in that. There's not much in that. I think it's a correct call, to be honest. I think it's, especially with it having gone up as a try, there's a frame in it. And certainly there's going to be a lot of people who don't want to see the Roosters score a try there, who are going to say, they're going to see what they want to see and say that he was out. But I think he got rid of that. Yeah. Wow. The GOAT says, I watch you all the time. Who's your favorite NRL player? Currently Connor Watson, all-time Cooper Cronk. Yeah, to those saying, like, how is it confirmed? You can see at least that it is very, very close as to whether he's got rid of it before putting his foot in touch. I think that it did just about. Again, it's one or two frames in it. I think it just about got free before he did it. Savala's kicking today? Oh no. Well, he's missed the first one. I guess no Walker, no Tedesco. Yeah, Savala's not. It's not who you want goal kicking. Why is Cherry Evans not goal kicking? Harabeth says, I wonder what team you go for. I'll take a guess. South Raiders, actually. Raiders. Sam Walker's not playing. No, Chico. No. I'm really surprised that Cherry Evans wasn't kicking there. I might watch World Cup to see Marky Mark play. That's what he can do. Cherry Evans hasn't kicked in 8 years. Has it really been 8 years? I know he didn't kick when Garrick was at the Seagulls, but he was their backup kicker and would kick somewhat often, really. What do you think of Townsville? Never really been there, so hard to comment. I do actually have a few friends from there, though. Who's the best player on the Roosters? Tedesco. Obviously, he's not playing today, though. DCE was so good at the end of last season with the goals. Yeah, there we go. He has kicked at Manly within the last 8 years. Name a worse Super League to NRL transition than Sam Tompkins to the Warriors. Ryan Hall was not good. But I think Sam Tompkins it does probably take the cake. A lot of Australian fans don't understand how good a player Sam Tompkins is. Or even Ryan Hall is. Ryan Hall's the best winger in Super League history. His try-scoring rate's remarkable. He's still going. Still playing. Oh, Volkman's down here. And he looks bad. Lewis Dodd? Not ideal. Chica, please don't spam, though. But, yeah, Dodd wasn't good. But no. Dodd was a decently promising half who didn't really make it. Sam Tompkins is like one of the most legendary Super League fullbacks ever. And he just didn't transition at all. There was an elbow to the head there from the Fahu White on Volkman. And nothing intentional. He was looking the other way, but you still can't do that. What's your best card in NRL? I don't collect footy cards, unfortunately. Volk is done. He's been enormous. Yeah, he looks like he's gone. I don't know if he'll be coming back. Former Rooster, by the way. Volkman came through the Rooster system. But he'll be off, and with, Pezzard already being the backup half called in there, could be Josh Papali called in to play 5'8", I would assume. Otherwise, they might do something fancy with Dylan Walker. Probably just ban you, WTFJ. Wouldn't be a big fan of it, so... that's a weird thing to say, the GOAT there. Can you keep it normal, please? It's a bit odd. What should the 20th NRL team be? New Zealand. Second team in New Zealand. I know there's a lot of people in New Zealand that disagree with it. And I think there's a really good point that was raised about how there's been such unity in New Zealand about anyone who's a rugby league fan in New Zealand supports the Warriors. And that's a really good thing to get the nation together. And I understand that completely. But again, you would have said back in the day, it's a great chance for unity in Brisbane that they can all support the Broncos. Really, they didn't. So I think demographically speaking, you need to get a second team in New Zealand. Good to see you again, Kiazio. Tassie needs a team. It really doesn't need a team. There's no rugby league activity in Tasmania, and I think a lot less to gain for us there than a second team in New Zealand. Pacific Islands here would not be a good idea. No, the money's not there for it. So New Zealand W would go so hard. That's the other thing. All right, kick there from Parramatta on the last. It's back there, I think, off Tupou. Ratley did well to catch that. Yikes. 30 tackles to 3, tackled in opposition half, and we're only up 4-0. We need to have more points on the board. Para have done very well. They would take the opening to this game. Given the way that it's played out, they'd take 4-0 for sure. Legman talking about bad goal kicker. I saw Arthur's kicking for South Logan Magpies in Q Cup, fourth choice kicker. Was he any good? I want it to be Christchurch. I think Christchurch does make the most sense, yeah. That new stadium is sick. Pick one. Roosters win the next 5 Prens, but New South Wales lose the next 10 series, and Oz win every World Cup. Or New South Wales wins the next 10 series, plus England win the World Cup, but the Chooks come last for the next decade. I don't think I could have Chooks coming last for the next decade. I know I care so much about all those other things, but no, that's my week to week of rugby league experience. I couldn't have last place for a decade. That would be really tough for me. Who are you voting for? We don't have an election really coming up in Australia anytime soon. Voting for in what? Williams there. Hey, Leaguie, someone just redeemed a thing. There's Chico.
420 just redeemed. Change the background color. Change it to red and green. Also, Teddy welfare when he got out with another head knock.
Yeah. It's certainly not ideal. Chico wants it to be South Collins. That's also not ideal. Actually, wait. I was going to turn it off. Change the background color. I forgot to do that. I'll keep, since you redeemed it, I'll keep it for this. But I like to keep it as the Roosters background during the Roosters games. Penalty there to the Chooks. But yeah, I think that Tedesco's at the right club, certainly, for the well-being when it comes to head knocks. But I don't think his career's being threatened. He said he felt completely fine after the game. Might be a bit of a overreaction to be talking about the end of his career. So, yeah. Frankly, Chico, I suspect that you probably want him to retire because he's a Roosters player, and you evidently don't like the Roosters. So, I think there's a bit of that in it. Thoughts on relegation in the NRL? Would it be a terrible thing? We already have this thing where there's a bit too much of the same clubs at the top for a long period of time. Relegation would make it even worse. You'd have yo-yo clubs. It'd be difficult for clubs to plan long term. And the rich would stay at the top even more so than now. So, yeah, I don't think it'd be good. Foxy, to use your graphic, they can pay me for it if they want, but I've got it for the time being. Actually, they could legally just steal it. I don't have any copyright protection over it. Arthur's got 2 for 2, but the kicks were relatively easy. Other 3 goal kickers all missed kicks were straight in front. Wow. DCE now on to fight Siwa Wong. Gets a decent little run there. So 2 tackles left here. We're inside the 10. Watson plays it there. Gets it to find a Fahu White. On for Radley. Now Savala. Oh, on for Billy Smith. He holds it. No sense of occasion. Nah, it would have been really tough to get it out to Tupou there. So, Now in the hands of Daly Cherry Evans. We'll kick across field again. Trying to find Marcus. Not weighted big enough, unfortunately. Oh, no, Mark! Oh! If it had been held by Robert Toya, Mark would have, once again, one of the most incredible try assists you'll see. He fell over. A try's gone banging there. If Toya had secured the ball, he scores. My God. What was this? If Toya had caught that, he falls over in the in goal, and that's a try. Damn. We're struggling a bit here with errors in attacking ball. Yikes. If we had uniform funding for the lower divisions, maybe it could work. You'd kind of have to. But then I also don't know if that... I think it would just bleed money. I don't know if there'd be enough interest in the lower division to get people watching it and then have have uniform funding. I do know Winston, the GOAT. At halftime, look at the late 90s Roosters logo. It's horrifying. I've seen every Roosters logo. Or like 1998? You mean the Sydney City Roosters one? Oh! Pass there through the middle. Kartonga tackle there. Oh, do you mean 1995? It's not horrifying. It's very simple, but I like the new one. Certainly more. De Silva. Now want to find Kartonga. For the corner, Adokar, he scored. Their first attacking opportunity, and I've got to be honest, I said this. It's been awarded, has it? No, it's going up as no try. I said this. We need to be winning by more than 4 points with the way that this game has gone, and that's hopefully a bit of a wake-up call. Sydney City's really bad. I like it. In fact, I actually, while getting this Roosters jersey, I got this jacket in the mail. No, he's on the touchline there. I don't care. I'll show you the jacket. Not Rai. Messi or Ronaldo? I used to think Ronaldo. I certainly now think Messi. I got this jacket and I think it's really cool, and it's got the Sydney City Roosters logo on it. But it's a cool sort of retro looking jacket. Okay, Steven, what the hell's that? Do you think the Roosters going to win? Yes. Yes, I do. I do. However, I would like to score more rugby league points, please. This is not a comfortable scoreline. I want at least 10-0 halftime. At least 10-0 halftime. With the way that it's gone, wow. Seriously, Leaguie, when can we expect that Drew Pavlu-esque video on Albo being a South fan to provoke Geordies into responding? I like friendly Geordies. I really like friendly Geordies. I'm 1 degree of separation from friendly Geordies when it comes to content creators. So I don't want to annoy him. I'm not doing it. Thanks for letting me hang, me man. Gotta get to sleep. Good luck for the game. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you around again soon. Oh, Chicken, we've had the same jersey since ages. Absolutely ages. Knock on there from Miyongi. Yes, that's going to be the ruling. 15.5 minutes left in this first half. Is a good chance here for the Roosters. What do you think of a comp like the Champions League where the NRL and Super League teams play each other? The more NRL teams play Super League teams, the better for the sport of rugby league. We did trial it back in the day, as in fact 10 years ago. It wasn't really a Champions League style format, but it was an expanded World Club Challenge where 3 teams went over to England and played games, one of which was the Roosters. In the end, though, it's more games, and that's the tricky part to fit into the rugby league calendar. I'd rather there be more international games than more cross games between NRL and Super League. But think of the content engagement, man. The engagement. No. I'm too scared. I don't want it. Len you on from the far who white. Takes a tackle there. Watson. Now to find Cherry Evans. Over the top to find Nwangani Tawase. Will he back himself? No, he won't, which is good. I think he was pretty much covered there. I hope Marky Mark doesn't leave. He will leave. It's not off for question, unfortunately. So... buddy, I mean, I think the Bondi Blue is nice, but it's nice for that occasion. We've had the same jersey for a very, very long time now. I like keeping that tradition. Was that touched by the Eels? It was touched by the Eels. Cherry Evans gets it out to Celeste Furchetti. Come on. It's time for another try. We really, really should be winning by more than 4 points right now. Radley. Now in the hands of Cherry Evans and knocked on by Siwa Wong. That's so poor. That really sucks. We've not been on it. We've not been on it in execution. We've done well to get down the field, but our execution has been frankly very, very lacking. Who's the NRL's Messi and Ronaldo? Joey and JT. Maybe Joey and Cam Smith. Mark Noingty to us has kind of fallen off compared to last year. Jeez, I certainly don't agree with that. He's played Origin this year. I think he's been better this year than last year. Yeah, it's been poor, the execution and attack. Very, very poor. I mean, yes, we're without our halfback and fullback and hooker, so you'll get poor execution, but still, there's simple errors that are being made here. Very simple errors that are being made. Jeez, Radley running out there to pressure the kicker. No one else followed him. Tell you what, if they did keep following him, they might have come up with a result there, but anyway. Ball bounces there. It's come forward off Tupou's knees. Para have got this. Billy Smith, if he recovers his ball, should be play on, and it is. We get lucky there. Is Tedesco playing? No, he's not. Do you think Bostock touched the ball in Origin? He did. Yes, he did. I'm going to give Roosters benefit of the doubt, but there's no way they can win this year with errors like this happening on the regular. They don't happen on the regular, and as I say, I'm not trying to make big excuses, but you want to talk about errors in execution and attack. Will happen when you're without your 1, 7, and 9. Does make some sense. But, still, the team on the field is good and shouldn't be making errors like this. So, what on earth is that abomination you're wearing? That's dreadful from you, Dean. Up over the top. Mark going up for it, tapping it back. I think that's knock on Para. Yeah, it does. First knock on is Parramatta. Do you watch the Mats? Not really. YouTube never recommends me their videos, so only when I go out of my way to watch them. I don't know why. Who do you think will be top 4 at the end of the season, be honest? Panthers, minor premiership. In no particular order beyond that, I have Warriors, Roosters, and Dolphins. I have a 3-game watch streak. Good stuff from yourself. Thank you for being here for all of those. Chico says, what should we call your dad? He likes Papa Leaguie. I don't really mind. What do you mean he touched it? Bostock did touch it. In Origin. He knocked it on. Dolphins, really, bro? Yeah. I'm not changing everything based on today. Savala. Now on to find, I think it's Egan Butcher. It's going to be a penalty to Parramatta. That's another error in attack. Good. Yeah, no, nice. It's really frustrating. Really frustrating. We should be up by now a lot more than 10. Now a lot more than 10. It's yeah, that's really frustrating. The important thing, I guess, is Parramatta kept in at halftime, and maybe if we can sneak a try, that'd be good. But how about Queensland touched it? Yeah, and we also touched it. Both Queensland and New South Wales touched the ball in that one. Poor first half? Yeah. Has been. We've got a lot right in terms of, again, getting down that end of the field. There's 6 more there. That's not good. But, yeah, it's the errors in attack have been very poor. Walker takes a tackle there. Dylan, that is, obviously. Eels without Moses, by the way. Okay, Chica. I mean, Roosters without Tedesco, Crichton, Robson, Walker. But sure. Collins, Nat Butcher. But sure. They have outs as well. Spark Guy says, my message is glowing. I don't know why it was. Not sure. Oh, send highlighter message. That'll be why. That's why your message is glowing. That's pretty funny. Penalty Parramatta there. Yeah, we're inviting them. We're inviting them in here. Modern days Nathan Cleary and Cameron Munster, I'd say. I don't think Munster's like in the discussions of being as good as Nathan Cleary. But they touched it first, W Roosters and W Doggies. Yeah, they touched it first, but then if we knocked on at all, it's a double knock on and the try shouldn't have stood. So even if it was New South Wales ball, which should have been the call, would have been a scrum. Volkman will not come back. Lots of Rabbitohs playing on Allianz. It was neutral ground originally. It's our ground. We've played there every single game in our club's history in Moore Park Precinct.
Smart guy Yay just redeemed Pepsi Max sip.
6 more there for Parramatta. I don't mind them playing on the ground. It's a good thing for rugby league, but it's our home. Our centre of excellence is there. And it's in the eastern suburbs as well. It's east of Anzac Parade. So, yeah. All right, played there by Jack Williams. On for the silver. I'm nervous here. Dylan Walker. On to find Josh Papali. Kitiona Katonga with it in the tackle. Unfortunately, smart guy, I didn't even have Pepsi. I've been drinking lemonade. All right, on now to find Dylan Walker. That's, I think, a knock on into the Roosters. Yeah, we survived there. Good defense. Look, we've done well in those departments of the game, no doubt about it. But, yeah, it's just, as I keep going back to, we can't be making these errors in attack. I think he was calling for a challenge there, potentially. Homemade or Sprite? Neither, actually. Solo. I like how everyone's doing the arrow celebration, but when I see it, it's always sad. Yeah, it depends how you want to interpret it. Is the reason why they're doing it sad? Yeah, sure. But view it as something where they're getting around, you know, a man in our game who's struggling. Uelo and Lazalu set to come on. I haven't seen Taylor Lazalu in about for a while. But Benai Uelo I like seeing in the side. That was maybe beyond horizontal anyway. That's alright. Can't believe this is Toops 300th. 2013, me and the boys playing lunchtime rugby league here. It was always yelled, Daniel Tupou when catching bombs and scoring. Time flies, boys. Time flies. It does. Indeed. I gave a bit of a speech. Oh, Lazalu knocks on immediately. Great. I gave a speech at the start of the game about what he means to me at this club and how that 2013 team was my first Roosters team and he's the only player left, and I've never supported a Roosters team without Daniel Tupou in it. So it's weird. It's very weird, but yeah. Chica says it seems unrecognizable from 2019 to 2024 when everyone left. Yeah, I mean I think that's true for most teams. They've changed from 2019. But sure, again, that kind of makes sense, doesn't it? When you're at the top of the competition, you're going to be losing players. That's how the salary cap works. So, good intercept there from Mark. Does well. Stands at the tackle. Going to get an offload away. He does. Toya will just hold the ball there. Still going, perchance. Robert Toya, play on it is. Still fending away from players here. Gets it up to the 40. Good work. We needed that. We were under the pump. Do you think Roosters will finish second? I think that's the best spot we can finish from this point onwards. I'd be incredibly happy if we finish second. 6 more there for the Roosters. Come on, this is our time now. This is certainly our time now. Why are the Eels knocked on? Skill issue, mostly. Can you say Upton over Castrians? I do like the Newcastle Knights, so Upton over Castrians, I'll give you that. Alright, Yoelo's in the dummy half here, on the second. Dummy one way, goes the other, finds Egan Butcher, takes the tackle there, about 10 metres out. Let's see what we can do here. Come on. Bradley. Stepping around the middle. I'm nervous. On the 4th here. Uelu scheming. Gets it to Savala. Steps back inside. Had to go himself. Ended up just holding it. Che Evans is out there. Does get it there on the last. Short ball. This is the last play. Alright. You don't get to a kick on the last. I don't know about that. Yeah, not a great 5th tackle option. But anyway. Roosters in 4th for now, if they lose this 4th especially. Yes. Yeah. I don't think we will lose this game. I'm still actually quite confident of winning, but haven't really liked the first half so far. Her Leaguie, there is a Count Bin Face shop? No way. There's a Count Bin Face shop? Take my money. Take my money. Yeah, NRL the Go. I don't really know enough about Pokemon to be able to do that, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yeah, buddy, so you said earlier that your dad was the hammer and you had a different date, a different girlfriend. So I don't think you are dating Yasmin Meeks from the Knights NRLW, but good stuff from yourself. This is low-key boring. Modern rugby league fans, when they don't get 1,000,006 agains and the halftime score is 30 points to 20. Basically. Basically. I'm having a good time with it. My bunny says, hi. Hello, Steven's bunny. Good stuff. I'm not watching the game right now, but is it true Marky went go? Marky did indeed went go. Marky went go harder than I've ever seen anyone go. It was a brilliant try assist. I love low-scoring games. A smart guy, as do I. Prefer when my own team's involved for there to be high-scoring games on one side of the equation, but I do like low-scoring games. Brief UEFA update, we're in the Copa Nacional finals up against Steaua Bucharest. Müller debuting right wing looks like a 4-3-4 formation. That's too many players. That's bold. You might not be able to maintain the result of that, given that you're playing 12 players out there, but sure. Alright, now in the hands of Hugo Savala. Gets passed back there to Egan Butcher. Tupou with a bit of room on the last, knocks it on. Yeah, I don't think we would have scored there. The structure is just really not there. Yeah, the pass was not good for Tupou, and he was covered. The structure's not there in attack. We look very directionless without Sam Walker, and I think that's, you know, a good sign, at least, that the Walker and Cherry Evans-Hards partnership works, because evidently we look a lot more rudderless without him. Leaguie Messi is Jaden Barrel. Ronaldo is insert player with any player with allegations. That's actually very true. Yes, that's a good point. 4-3-3 I meant. Yeah, that's alright. That's alright. It would be a very Romanian thing to do, though, I feel. Just Romanian football, I picture that as being the kind of thing where a 4-3-4 would be played. What's your least favourite team? South Sydney. They're paying for a late contact on Billy Smith. It was late contact. It was very marginally late contact. We're going to get a penalty for this? I guess for a shoulder charge rather than a late hit. That's alright. Temptation to take the 2. I don't think we would get the 2. That's the problem. But sure, penalty Roosters. If it was for a late hit, that would be incredibly harsh, but it's for a shoulder charge, so that's a bit different. You should go on NRL 360. Well, I ain't exactly been invited, but I'd love the opportunity to do so, of course. All good, Harabe. See you later. All right, Butcher now with a run. Come on, my God. Just one rugby league try. Just one rugby league try. It's been really quite poor. Cherry Evans for Watson. Crabbing around the middle of the field. We don't look like we know what we're doing at the moment. So, played there. Uelu, dummies one way, goes the other. Lasalu takes the tackle there. Did well. He knocked it on earlier, but survives on that one. Uelu, scheming, gets it to Savala. Now Radley at the back. Ramsey stepping inside. Holds it. Tupou was frustrated out there. Now in the hands of Savala. On for Egan Butcher. Ball finds the ground. Watson gets it. That's going to be knocked on by Parramatta. Wong gets it. It's 6 more here for the Roosters. Yeah, knock on there, Parra. The Roosters' execution again has been very poor. Roosters will get the ball back here. In fact, it's not your traditional 6 again, but we will get the ball back. Yeah, look at this attempt here from Connor Watson. That was really poor. We were lucky that wasn't just intercepted. Yes, the Sharks won 66-0 today, but I still don't trust them. I could easily see them losing by 20 next week. Yep. I don't know who they play next week. I can't remember, but absolutely agree with that. All right. Here we go. Oh, geez. Samrani went low on Billy Smith. Offload back in field to find Savala. Tackle there well by Williams. Yeah, sorry, Watson in the chat. Has Savala knocked on? He has. Jeez. I'm a little lost for words. You know who's going to be really annoyed? My dad is going to be fuming at this. It was a weird old one for Billy Smith, and yeah, he got tackled very low by Samrani. Went a bit beyond horizontal, but anyway, it's alright. It's a weird tackle. I don't think that's egregious. Do you think AI is bad? Ford Cart said AI robots should be the new and better humans. That's an interesting way for them to phrase it, if so. No, I don't think AI is inherently bad. He only gets it off the offload there. South Sun or Queensland supporting New South Wales a daughter? Queensland supporting New South Wales a daughter. I ain't having a South Sun. Kirli, I think Luai will go to Parramatta next season, from the looks of things. De Silva gets it to find Dylan Walker at the back now to find Pezzett. Short ball, nice to find Campbell Tuolangi. 20 seconds left in this half. For it to only be 4-0, look, there's a chance for us to reset, I suppose. And we've had by far the better of the attacking ball. Tonga knocks on, yeah, penalty Para for tackled early. It was very tight, but I have to agree with that call. Has it been a boring game or a close, exciting game? I think it's been decently close and exciting. Maybe there's a bit more jeopardy in it for me because I'm a Roosters fan. Some people have said it was boring, but I think, personally, there's been, like, decent attacking opportunity. Just teams have not executed. So Para will have one play here. They're at 35 metres out. The halftime siren goes. To try and do something, are they going to try and hit a two-pointer? No, they're not. They're just going to spread it across field here. Iongi gets it, and we'll just take a tackle there, will he? Yes, he will. All right. That's that.
Someone just redeemed a thing.
Lorenzo Theraborn just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
We love it. It's been remarkably poor for Daniel Tupou's star night, unfortunately. Yes, we're winning. Yes, we haven't conceded anything. So it makes it weird that he's saying remarkably poor. But, yeah. That's not what you want. I like seeing the huddle. Radley's barking orders. Would he be captain today? No, Cherry Evans would be captain. Yeah, Cherry Evans is captain. It's interesting because I don't know how you necessarily fix that. I don't know how you go into the Sheds halftime and say, hey, all those execution things you're doing wrong, just do them right now. It's not an effort thing. It's not an intensity thing. So I'm just curious to see what Mark says coming off at halftime. It's funny because, yeah, the dominance that we had is great, but yeah. All right, I'll get the call set up to my dad. Do either teams have their origin players? No. No Moses for Para. We've got Toya and Mark obviously back, but no Collins, no Tedesco, no Walker, no Robson. All right. I know for a fact my dad's going to be fuming. I'm really interested to see what he says overall. Hello. Now, you should know I feel I've set you up a little bit here. I've been advertising the fact that I think that you'll be absolutely fuming with that first half.
I am absolutely fuming. I'll tell you how fuming I am, Dylan. Your mother dragged me to the opera today. Yes, you heard that right. The opera at the Opera House. I'm infinitely more disappointed in this half of football than I was in the opera. I think I'd rather sit through Madame Butterfly, or what was it? The Merry Widow. I don't know if she was trying to send me a message, taking me to an opera called The Merry Widow. That was diabolical. We should have 30 points on the board by now. And I thought, even after scoring that first try, which, okay, let's savour that first try. Once again, where Marky Mark gets a ball in his hands, you're not thinking try, and somehow there's a try. But I thought, all right, they've defended well. Now we've got the first. Here comes the second and third and the fourth, and they just didn't come. But again, when we screw up with our own stupid mistakes. But some pretty inept attack there.
Yeah.
Right, left, throw, right. Bit of over-reliance on let's kick the ball to Marky Mark. Where's the clever little moves? Where's the clever little passes or anything like that? Look, I'm happy with a 1 point win in extra time with a game like this, okay? Still highly origin affected. So if we just get through the game and win, I'll be absolutely wrapped. And then we can get on with, okay, then it's genuinely post-origin. Para were good last week, but Jesus, it was so frustrating watching that and just thinking, what was it, 30 tackles in their quarter compared to 3 at one point.
Yeah.
And we're coming up with 4-0. I couldn't believe at one point I found myself actually saying, I hope it is only 4-0, because they could have easily gone in with a lead. Okay, I still think we'll win, but ironically, we need to turn the second half around. They don't. We need to say, all right, line under that was not a good half of footy. Hopefully they'll be a bit tired from all the tackling they did on their line. I don't know, but that was diabolical.
Well,
I hope you've expressed a similar level of frustration.
Yeah, in terms of execution, certainly, and that is what matters. I've said I'm not looking to make excuses for sure. Like, the team on field should not be making those errors, but it does look like a team attacking in a way that where their 1, 7, and 9 are not there, which is the case. But yeah,
I did start to wonder who are we missing them. We're obviously missing someone. I thought, which one is it?
Well, it's kind of all of them. You've got 3/4 of your spine not there. Parramatta have their own problems though, and so I'm not really making an excuse for that. They're without Moses.
No Moses either.
But they also aren't executing great. They haven't scored any points. So.
Well, no, but they've hardly had the opportunity.
Yeah.
Their defence has been good, but I think we've been a little predictable. We've been a bit nothing, and the kicks haven't quite been landing where we want them to land for Marky Mark. I think they're going to get a bollocking at half time, and I think it's going to be a much better second half.
Well, I was saying this as they came off, though. I don't know what you say at halftime to fix execution. Like, it's not about intensity or whatever, or effort. How do you tell them, hey, all those errors you made, just don't make those errors anymore, please?
Yeah, exactly. What do you say? Catch the ball. Oh,
yeah.
Coach, we never thought of that. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
So I don't know.
Stuff, mates. That's why I never understood people who sit in the stands and say, "Go on, tackle." It's like a player's going to hear that and say, "Oh, damn it, that's it. Why didn't my coach in, under 8s tell me that? I'm supposed to tackle." So I don't know. But look, again, any sort of win is a good one here. And then we get on with our season and then ramp it up. So, and I couldn't believe, I didn't watch it because did I tell you I got dragged against my will to the opera? Isn't that a criminal offence? Take someone to the opera without consent? What is consent? Consent's
you can have kidnapping.
Yeah, but your generation are always banging on about consent. My generation never worried about it.
Wow. You just every single time I call you about rugby league and you find a way to say something controversial.
No, well, we knew, right? The girl looks at you and says, "No, rack off," well, you don't have consent.
Okay.
Right? Your mother took me to the opera without consent today. Incidentally, probably gone off topic, but I found what I'm going to do in retirement. I think there's a lot of money to be made escorting old women to the opera.
So, that is very ironic, given you've just, moaned about how much you don't enjoy that.
Yeah, but I didn't get paid. It was your mum's idea. It wasn't mine. She said, I was looking at all these women thinking, God, they'd love to be, because I helped this one old woman down the stairs. She's about 300 years old, and I was holding her hand going down. She said, "Oh, thank you, and all this sort of stuff. And I thought, I should be getting paid to do this. Anyway, back to the Roosters. Oh, well, we're watching the highlights. Yeah, brilliant try, but I don't know, frustrating. I do maybe think that, it takes more energy when you're defending your own line than in the middle of the field. I'm hoping they'll be a little gassed out by the end of the game, but then we're the ones with all the Origin players backing up.
I do have an important question for you before you go. Are you familiar at all with Count Binface?
Slightly. I am aware of his existence and that he's apparently standing in the same seat as Nigel Farage.
Correct, yes. I've been a follower of Binface actually for quite some time, about 5 years or so now.
I didn't know Binface had been around for quite some time.
He has. But I've got an important question, because one of his official policies, as well as building at least one affordable house, which is good, one of his policies is to increase the amount of points awarded for a try in rugby league from 4 to 5 in order to reflect inflation. What are your thoughts on that?
Rugby union follow us. We don't follow rugby union.
Okay. Binface has been rebutted.
Yeah, but I still hope he beats Nigel Farage. Has he changed the bin over the years?
No, I've always seen it as being the same bin.
Oh.
Well, you can't change it. It's his head. He's a intergalactic being from Sigma 9. So you can't
God.
change it.
I
Yeah,
wonder if he's friends with Ziggy Stardust,
maybe.
the bisexual alien rock star.
Could well be.
So, no, I like 4. In fact, I liked 4's good. 3 wasn't enough. Okay, here's a quick quiz for you. Put this to your fans, because I think I've told you the answer. How many points was a try originally worth?
Okay. Well, I don't know if
Do you know the answer?
I not confidently, no. Oh, yes, I do, actually. I do know the answer.
I'm sure I've told you this.
Yeah, I do know. I actually said this the other day. I do know the answer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll see. We've got some guesses in the chat. A lot of people saying 3, but as far as I'm aware, that's not correct.
Are you going to reveal already?
Yes,
that it's
well,
not correct?
one's got it. C-Fans says it wasn't worth any. It was just an attempt at a goal.
That's it. He's right.
Yeah.
Which is why it's called a try, T-R-Y,
Yes.
not T-R-I.
I was asked that earlier this week, so there we go.
Jesus, you got a good calibre of listener there, don't you?
Of course, yes. Very much so.
You need brains to listen to you. Do you ever feel intimidated and you think your audience are actually smarter than you are?
No, because I think they all have a level of self-loathing required as well to listen to me as well, willingly, for hours on end, so kind of doesn't matter what I say.
Yeah, a bit of self-loathing never does anyone any harm.
Yeah.
You know. So, all right, better let you go and earn your money, although you don't get paid anything. Yes, I'll see you at full time.
Yep.
Geez, hopefully with a win, but that was a very frustrating first half.
Yeah.
Very frustrating. All right, Tiger, talk to you later.
Cool, see ya, bye.
Bye.
I made it quite apparent on my face, realistically, throughout about the halfway mark of that chat. But he started talking about consent. Bro, last time he started talking about Aboriginal people, and I'm like, no, let's just, let's not say anything that's gonna get me in trouble. All right, let's just calm the hell down. So, yeah, we'll leave that at that. But this was no better. Yeah, I know. Okay. The views of the tree do not necessarily represent the views of the apple, so to speak, in a matter of, you know what I mean. Yeah. No. Not a fan of that. Anyway. Day 1 of saying you should collab with NRL Soapbox. I'm aware, Benji. As I say, we've got a good rapport, me and Soapbox, but I don't know the way that we would necessarily collab. We both just give our own opinions on things, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, I could go on to self-loathe. Yeah, I had to have a go at all of you guys. Sorry about that. Thoughts on me signing a 6-week contract to support the Roosters? I finished my 22-week contract with the Broncos. Hey, jump on the bandwagon. Look, no, admittedly, if you're going to jump on a bandwagon, jump on the Warriors bandwagon. It's going to be a lot more rewarding at the back end. But, yeah. Have an NRL debate with Soapbox? Well, we haven't really... Maybe if we disagree with something, maybe. But I don't think I've come up with something really that I disagree with them on yet. Yeah, I'm curious. He said something the other day. He came out and defended Lavender Bide, which is great, and I love that. But he spoke about religious beliefs, and he said, I have religious beliefs which, if you knew them, would get me cancelled. And I'm like... It's a weird thing to say. I wonder what he means by that. Because it's like... It's pretty hard to get cancelled in the rugby league world, evidently. Dude came out and had a go at a female content creator, implying that she was an OnlyFans model, when she literally just does footy videos. But we'll still have an audience tomorrow. So I don't know what he means there, but anyway. Muller with a head up. What overall rating is Muller having signed for Federal Costanza? It's crazy. OnlyFans who? Lavender Bibe. She doesn't do OnlyFans. And the guy in fairness didn't say she did OnlyFans, but he criticized her of selling her body for $2 a month, which is insane because she just has a Instagram page membership. No spicy content whatsoever behind the scenes. Anyway, yeah. Tyson, look, I've already done so like 3 times, bro. Can we? I appreciate you, I do, and I'm sorry to say no, but like, that's just you keep asking for it. I feel I've been pretty kind. Let's chill on it a little bit here, okay? Thank you. Your dad's wild. I think he plays it up a little bit when we do the calls, just slightly, but yeah. Leaguie, I was paid $125 a week for supporting the Roosters. I've done it for free this entire time. Where's my money? Like 80 something, but it's also 36. Still, like 80 something is still crazy. Signing for a Romanian team. But yeah, wow. All right. Para are going to be buoyed by that first half. I really think having surrendered that much dominance to the opposition and only be trailing by 4 points. Next try's huge in this game. It really is. Does Papa Leaguie have controversial opinions on climate change? No. Thankfully, that's one where he's very much in line with myself. It's funny. I don't know. I think in some respects, algorithms have got to him a little, but not really. As I say, he plays it up. He's progressive. So, how's Coco? I heard from her the other day. She was actually kind of sick. I had to go off to the vet, but not anything too bad. Definitely not going to ask him that, Elijah. I don't think the answer would be a good thing. So, yeah. Anyway, there's kickoff for the second half for the Parramatta Eels. Tupou's underneath it, and here we go. I'm nervous. Like a Roosters try would just settle me down so much, but that 4-point margin, it's not even 6. It's not even 6. They can go into the lead with a try. So, School says I think Para will be close, or will close. Either way, I mean, it's very close now. They're sticking in with it. All good at our other go. See you later. Run there from Connor Watson. So Yawelu and Watson on at the same time. So Watson would be playing lock. Radley is also out there. So Radley might be in the back row at the moment. I don't think so, no. I don't think you'd know who the annoying orange is. Underneath that one is Isaiah Iongi after the kick on the last from the Roosters. Para will come closer. I would take them coming close and not winning. Thank you for following as well, by the way, Score Songs. If Para scores, I can't wait to see the League's Instagram story say, I've never seen such blatant corruption in my life. I'll put it up there. I've been saying that a lot lately in you know, the most tongue-in-cheek way. Because it's funny when I so publicly come out and I'm like defending referees and stuff. And then when it's against my team, I'm like, oh, it's blatant corruption. So that's kind of what I'm going for there. Would you rather have the life of your dreams or see Prime 2013 and 19 Roosters again? One is the other. Williams is through here. He's got support. They're going to score. They're going to lead. Oh, my God. Choash Papali. That's a brilliant arrow celebration as well. That's probably the most pizzazz I've seen put off one. Parramatta are going to be leading. I got to be honest. That's actually just really funny. Damn, just straight through the middle. That's very, very funny. Well, I've never seen such blatant corruption in my life. That was a poor missed tackle there from Benaya Uelu on Williams, and then just had the support through Joash Papali. I'm still not really worried, but we probably deserve it. He probably deserves it. What are you laughing for? It is very funny that this game is level and the Parramatta are going to be winning. That is a very funny thing to have happened. Can't wait for a 3-peat upset. Hey, I still don't think that will be the case, but I hope not. Good stuff, Benji. Love that from yourself. It should be angry. No, I'm not. I'm going to experience my emotions as I experience them. I don't think it's a good thing to be angry. You could get bragging rights over Winston for what? At least if the Chooks win, you can get the better of Winston. Winston's a Dogs fan, not an Eels fan, unfortunately. So there we go. 6 points to 4. Para on top. Thank you, Egg. Quite frankly, folks, I've never seen it. No, I can't do it anymore. quite frankly, and folks, quite frankly, I've never seen such a rigged election, such a rigged NRL game as this one. Joash Papali, there's too many eyes in there. Too many eyes. One man should only have 2 eyes in the right of his head. No more than that. There's no eyes in Trump. No. Lorenzo, we've had this conversation before. If you want to express your team spirit through anger and stuff, that's on you. Sure. I'm not that kind of fan. So, yeah. Won't be for me. Sifheta says, on a scale of I've never seen such blatant corruption in my life to many poos have shot out of my... It's not even anus, it's ani. He says ani for some reason. Where are you? Probably on the many poos have shot out of my ani. Many poos have shot out of my ani. Not just anger show through passion. There's passion. I've got hella passion. I'm just not that worried that we'll lose. Ronaldo or Messi? This determines if I sub or unsub. Messi. Hey, Hainty, where's your Rooster Spirit now? Hey, he's there. He's got Rooster Spirit. You're not worried? I'm not really worried, no. Tupou not getting involved much. I think Tupou's not having much opportunity to get involved. We're making so many errors in attack that we're struggling to get the ball out there to him. He's doing his yardage carries as usual. So I think Hudson Young did the flying arrow out of tribute. He probably did it to rub salt in the wound. No, I don't think he did it for any spiteful reasons. So thank you, Benji. I appreciate you saying that. All right, Uelu now. On to find Cherry Evans. Now a run from Siwa Wong, who I keep thinking looks like... Who do I keep thinking he looks like? His hair makes him look like someone else. Watson had a thought there for a moment of a pass to Mark. Thought better of it. I don't really use TikTok, Rack, so I don't think I do, but I don't really follow any other creators on TikTok. Not many, anyway. Alright, on the last. Tupou's knocked it back there. It's 6 more. It's 6 more for the Roosters. Billy Smith holds it. Hell yes. We've got a lot of these opportunities. Would be great to hit back straight away here. Again, thank you, Lorenzo. Much appreciated. Wasn't... It was still quite a bit of fun, to be honest, Chico. The 2021 team massively overachieved. 22 and 23 weren't good, but... Oh, my God. That's such a poor knock-on. We survive again. Penalty for offside, but Jesus. We're getting really lucky. Do we take the 2 and level it up here? I think there's a solid chance that we do that, to be honest. That's so poor. That's so poor from Egan Butcher. Important message for Leaguie. If Madison and Edmund Matter both came out as gay, got married, and adopted a baby boy, would it be Matterson and Matter's son? That's so good from yourself. That's so good from yourself. Hell yes. It would be Matterson and Matter's son. That's brilliant. Yeah, the size 66 no win was crazy. Looks like we're going to take the 2. Which is a great sign of respect to Parramatta. Yeah, Savala's going to slot it here. Jeez. Bit dreadful. But anyway. We just hit 1,400 followers on Twitch. That's a bit less dreadful. Very happy about that. Let's go. Hell yeah. Thank you. School Socks made it 1,400. So much appreciated. Cheers. Thank you. My sister just went on a drive. She forgot her money. This is good for me. What do you think I should take? All of it. And spend it on hummus exclusively. You can tell Leaguie's getting sleepy. Someone should tuck him in and allow the bed bugs to bite. I preferably no bed bugs. But yeah, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Savala to put it level. There we go. So we are level. No, the sponsors are purposely faded on the top. It does look strange, but yeah, there's a lot of, you can see for my jersey as well, there's a lot of details on this jersey, same as the no, put it on this side, the stains that are on there. I don't like the stains because it makes it look like I've got a stain on my shirt, but it's to make it look like an old jersey, which I think is very cool. I tried that 27-0 game, bro. It's impossible. Yeah, feels like it at times. All right. 32 minutes to go. 6 points all. Melbourne versus Titans tomorrow. Again, I'm very excited about that battle of the two fullbacks. They're very, very good. But I'm going to focus on this one for the time being. Skrilla, thank you for following as well. Someone unfollowed, it looks like, on Twitch because I saw on 1400. That's pretty funny. Yeah, it was... the prospect of the next half hour of this game is a bit of a concern for me. We'll be honest, but I still think that we win. Bradley with a run there. Up over the 40. Takes a tackle there. You are losing at dummy half. Now in the hands of Watson. Tackled there on the halfway line. Important question. Which organ should I sacrifice with Billy Slater to pick Hubner, Bullymore, Paddy and Leaguie in the Queensland starting 9 team? You got more than one kidney, right? Surely that's the way to go. Roosters should probably have Cherry Evans as goal kicker over Hugo. Well, Hugo got that one, but yeah, I'm surprised that Cherry Evans wasn't kicking. Immediately at first I was like, really? No Cherry Evans? Do you do footy tips? I do, and I've tipped awfully today. I am 0 from 2 today. Who will score the next try? I certainly hope it's us. Phelan and Daniel Tupou one. Alright. So on the 30, Parramatta. Get it up to the 40. I keep thinking, like, you know, we need an error or something from them. But to be honest, we haven't really made anything of it anyway. They do make an error there. Let's see what we can do this time, boys. Can we actually unironically get a try? That would be nice. Can't believe Dolphins got washed by the Sharks. It was crazy. 66-0. Crazy work. Insane. And Dogs, like, honestly, their top 8 hopes are hanging by a thread right now. Insane. I'm absolutely fuming. Should be a soundbite from your dad. I'll make a note of that. I might need to get a clean copy of him saying it, though, because if I take it from this live stream, it's going to have the sound in the background, the music. I might get him to just say it. Okay, I've made a note. Parra might actually pull this off. They absolutely might actually pull this off. They're well and truly in this game. I still back the Roosters to click it to gear. Jeez, Watson, the juggler. I don't know how that. I don't know why the hell we're so loosey goosey with the ball at the moment. It's just simple stuff. Savala now to find Ramsey on for Billy Smith. Tupou! Hey, what did I say 1 set ago? 1 set ago? What did I say? So I said, who's going to score next? I feel a Daniel Tupou one coming on. Was that said? Was that said? I feel that it was said, and I want it to be said that it was said. I want it to be out there that I'm actually a knower of ball. Despite what all of you lot would say, and that it's dumb luck. Nah, I caught a bit of the rugby league premonition from myself. Roosters back in the lead. Hell yes. I'm really glad you said, nah, JK there, Chico, because I was honestly going to tell you to go do something not good. Bro is a professional hater, but as long as that's a joke, then that's fine. Here the Afro Grand Final, Panthers Roosters. Although, yeah, this game hasn't shown the best of it, but yeah. Come on. Finally, some good execution. That's what we needed. Billy Smith, beautiful work at Tupou. You'll see that crowd rise as he goes close to that line. For such a big man, he finishes so well in such small space. Look at that. Leaguie Instagram story now says stop the count. Yes, it does. I love doing those, by the way. Yeah, I think I enjoy doing it during Origin specifically, but in games where I'm not live streaming them, I'm going to do those stories quite a bit. Panthers Roosters is going to be a 50 bomb? Sure, might be. I don't think it would be, but it might be. But want to make the grand final? Why is Savala? Good question. Why is Savala kicking? I don't know, Jeff. I don't know. Dylan Tupou. We've got with Dylan Tupou. That's the mix of me and him. Daniel Tupou has scored 1 point. He'll get Tupou. He'll get Tupou. Don't you worry. If Junior Tupou is Junior Tupou, does that mean Daniel Tupou is Senior Tupou? No, Daniel Tupou's dad is Senior Tupou. Daniel Tupou is the default Tupou. Savala to kick is 6 points ahead. I don't feel that he will. He hits it low. It was close. It was a good hit, but he's missed it. So, again, we lead by 4. Sick. Where's... are we going with Talkiaho? There, Chico, is that what we're saying? To kick. Talkiaho was a goal kicker 10 years ago. Panthers versus Finns grand final, but Panthers slogged the Dolphins. Could also happen. Could definitely also happen. He forgot to compensate. That's true. He did forget to compensate. He did. Must be so frustrating for other NRL fans seeing 2 Roosters wingers dominate their teams. Can't relate though, luckily. I mean, it is nice to experience on your side for sure. Okay. On my days, another missed conversion. Look, it was very tough. The kick was not bad. I don't really hold that one against Hugo Zavala so much, but frustrating for sure. Sorry, been a long day. I had to nuke Craig Fitzgibbon and change internet providers. I get that. Hey, look, I sympathise with you for sure. I think that's a tough thing for you to have gone through. I know you didn't want to nuke Craig Fitzgibbon, but you absolutely had no choice with what he's been doing to Jaden Barrell, so it is what it is. Is what it is. Are you the Roosters because you're at 10? As in, like, we're going to play until 10? Or you're at 10? Oh, because we've got 10. It's late, bro. It's late. And I've been streaming for 6 hours, so... Cherry Evans to put it up in the air. Fosball Mania runs into the grand final where they get belted by Penrith. I love that every single, like, eventuality ends with the team getting belted by Penrith. That kick was caught in the in goal there. Just about. Good work from Yongi. What the heck is the Jaden Barrell meme? He's like the best player in the world. Like, there's no meme about it, really. Holden or Ford? Oh, Holden. Australian pride. But Holden doesn't really exist anymore, does it? I'll tell you what, I like supercars at the moment. I've been watching a couple of supercars races. The Toyota GT 86s. Oh, they Supras. Anyway, the Toyotas. I love Toyotas. I think they're so cool. Particularly that Toyota. Anyway, Dylan Walker now. To find Pezzett. On to find Tinkham Brown. Now to find De Silva. Run from Pezzett. Short ball to Leaguie. He's done well there. This is the last. Don't mind this. Don't remind me Holden is kill. I still haven't emotionally recovered. I am sorry, but Holden is kill. Knock on there, Parramatta. Mark has got it. It's a good tackle there from Josh Adokar because he was one-on-one with Wangani Tuase there. Close. Play there. Roosters fans are not happy with how long they held on to Wangani Tuase, but good result. And in effect, kind of a 20-metre restart there because it was on the 0. There's got to be a bad Origin-affected matchup performance-wise. Yeah, oh, that was maybe high on Billy Smith. Anyway. I think it was alright, maybe a bit of whiplash. You definitely have seen, I'll analyse the Roosters more so than Parramatta. For me, they are the main characters of this game. Obviously, I'm a Roosters fan. I think our execution has massively been hindered by the fact that our 1, 7, and 9 are not there. So, very much that would stand to reason. We can get downfield brilliantly. Our forwards and backs can fundamentally run the ball, but the synergy is not there. Thoughts on Canberra drivers? I don't drive, so it's not really a big issue. Not a big issue. Was that called forward? It was. Yeah, that's not good. Jeez, Nafahu White, he had a little bit of a half opportunity there, and I think a big part of it was that the pass was called forward, and so there was a whistle. But he looked good there, in behind the rock. Yeah. What's your last year in Canberra? 2028? Nah, this year. Probably. Depends if I can get a job here next year or not. I might move back up to Sydney. Do your best Anthony Seabold press conference impression. I can't sound that much like a frog. But it's back in the throat. Yeah. I just thought. We really struggled at the start of the game. Thoughts on El Jana being a rip-off Red Rooster? I've had each like once, and they were fine. I cook for myself. I don't really eat out very much, so... Thoughts on Reece Robinson's performance of the Blues, or do you mean Reece Robinson, former Raiders and Roosters winger? Fine. I'm bad at judging individual performances, and to be honest, I was just riding the wave of Origin. I want to watch it back. 6 more there on the 4th. Oh, no. That is really poor from us. Pezzett to find Kelma Tuolungi. Let's see if we can survive this one. Anyway. No, Lily. Unfortunately not. However, it might mean that I post this because I have a job. We'll see. Anyway. On here to find Pezzett. Now in the hands of think it was Tinkum Brownie Yongi, takes it. Tackled there by Daly Cherry Evans, one of the youngest players, tackled by one of the oldest. On the 4th here now. No, that's the 3rd apparently. They didn't change the tackle count, or rather they did very, very earlier. Good job, Egg. Good stuff. Walker into the line himself. Good tackle there from Victor Radley. This is the last here. DeBellin. Back there to... In fact, it was Edwards. Oh, Billy Smith, what a tackle. And the ball's come free there. Still alive. Good work there for the Roosters in defense. Let's get it. Hell yeah. That's the kind of play that can win a game. I reckon there's not going to... I mean, obviously, it kind of stands to reason. There's 22 minutes left, but there's not a lot of points left in this one. If Roosters can get the next try, 16, I think, could be a winning score. Billy Smith does all the work. Sadie gets injured long-term every time. Yeah, he's put together a solid run of form recently. And run of match fitness as well, particularly. I did, in fact, mean Reece Robertson. I thought his service was good, especially the short balls to Cleese Haas and Sienna Yo. Ah, your post. Sorry. My mistake. I've gotcha. Best way to describe Madge as a coach, I think he's best suited as a rep coach and not a week-to-week to long-term coach. On one hand, I agree with you, and I think that your reasoning and logic is sound. On the other hand, he's won 2 premierships. And there's not many coaches in the current day that have won 2 premierships. There's Bellamy, there's Wayne, there's Trent Robinson. Then there's Madge. So it's kind of hard to deny that. Is the gaming channel dead? No, I streamed on it literally earlier this week. I just do it in the off season, and I don't really upload videos on it. I do live streams on it. So if you go to the LeaguieGames and you go to the live stream page, you'll see some good stuff there. Penalty there, Parramatta. Although actually, you won't see the GTA stream. I did unlist it. It will be posted though. Again. That's not good. So it was a late set restart earlier, then a penalty. We're inviting Parramatta back into this. We haven't exactly fixed our issues from the first half. I don't know what granny is, Lorenzo. I don't car with it. Anyway, I'm not playing anything on LeaguieGames for a while until, season's winding down. Edwards now on to find Peasants. Tuolangi underneath. Would love another error. Would love another rugby league error now. Hello, Mort. How you going? Edwards now on to find Dylan Walker. Standing in the tackle there was good work from, I think that's Joe Ash. Yes, it is. Edwards now to find Walker. Short ball back in field. Knock on there to Ivaiti. It's what we needed. I said we'd love an error right now, and my God, I'm loving that. The bad thing is I'm watching the clock right now. I'm like, let's just see it wind down. It feels bad to be wanting to just survive, with the scoreline looking the way it is. Why did you say you wanted an error? Because that way Adam G would hear it, because we're good mates and stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? We've got like a bit of a synergy going in our brains. So you'll be able to see, that knock-on rule. Now it's our chance. You'll have other chances. It's a horror game where you're trapped in a house with a grandma who tries to kill you with a baseball bat and you have to find keys to escape. Doesn't sound super duper up my alley, but I can have a look at it. Alright, on there from Radley to find Afahu White. Did well there. Good work finding his front. Over the halfway line now, Radley. Back to Savala. There's numbers. Ramsey in space. He's got support. Finds Billy Smith. Goodbye. And that might be enough to win the Sydney Roosters this game. Come on! Yes! I had doubts of Cody Ramsey coming into this game, I'll be honest. I like him on the wing. I don't like him as much at fullback, but that was great. Look, the numbers were there, but he just got speed. Draw and pass. Found it. I was like, where's Tupou? Tupou was well back in back play. Just take the try. Hell yes. Wow, is you that far behind? Look. Can't control it. I'm as far ahead as I possibly can be. It's a limitation of Foxtel, not myself. Game over? Definitely not. No, definitely not. We still might not convert this as well. And even if we do, it's not game over. It's 10 points in 18 minutes. But I do feel that 16, if we can hit 16, will be a winning score in this game. The way that it's working out. So I said it might be enough to win this game. Definitely not done yet. Ramsey looked the best player on the park for me so far. I think Wong has tried hard. I think White has tried very hard as well. Savala in a few moments. But no, Ramsey's been very good. It's been very, very good. Have we got track confirmed yet? I hope there's not an issue here. I don't like that we're focusing on Victor Radley here. Every time he touched, he looks like he's done something. Yeah, he's got off the back of some good opportunities created by others. What do you think if Luai goes to us, Para? Oh, yeah, it is confirmed now. Para will think that they're in a premiership window for next season. With Moses coming to the end of his career, I like that they're going to potentially give him a year next to Jerome Luai. Obviously, he's a great 5'8". And they're building nicely, Para. You look at a game like this, competing against, a premiership heavyweight this season in the Roosters. Savala with a good hit. Hell yes. I'm a lot more comfortable now. Still not comfortable, but I'm more comfortable. So, yeah, no, I think it'd be a good signing. And as I said, they've shown that they are willing to do it, just to bring on a 5'8" for 1 year. I don't know if Joash is the guy at 5'8" coming through that will be their long-term guy there. I don't know what their plan is for him. If so, I don't know if you want to block Josh's path for yet another year. It kind of depends. It'd be the ruthless thing to do, though. The good teams, the really good teams, win even when they're playing terribly, and this is one of those games. I'll take it. Especially if we can get another try, get a 22-6 win out of this, I'd be heaps pleased. Heaps pleased. First 15 says, it can't just be me that hates it when players slow down and don't go for the extra meters infield for the conversion. Yeah, I certainly don't like it, especially in a game like today where we don't have our main kicker out there. Not great. Good kickoff from Parramatta, and they're forced us back in the fight. Right, that's a nice offload there. No, the ruling was tackle complete. I'm not a fan of Josh, I'm being honest. He comes up with good moments. He's just a bit small to defend in the front line, I think. But he does solidly for himself. Remember Mariners trying the grand final? Yeah, I mean, that was the worst example, though, of what first 15 rugby is saying. That was way too much. Hearing Moses coming to the end of his career makes me feel so old. I know. Same. But it is also, unfortunately, the reality. Good tackle there. Good tackle there from Robert Sawyer. Moses is, what, 31 now? Yeah, he's 31. I don't know how I know those things. I purely just vibe in my head how long a player's been around for. And I'm like, yeah, they'd be about that age. And 9 out of 10 times, I get it bang on. I don't know how. Maybe subconsciously I see their ages somewhere. But anyway, 31. So he's got 3 good years left in him, I reckon. He's just seen the 34-year-old halfback win the premiership. But yeah. Mort says, I'm 31. There you go. You're as old as Mitchell Moses. Knock on Talent to Silver there, I reckon. Or was it off Smith first? No, Parramatta knock on first. Come on. That clock is now ticking down nicely. We're given the rest of the year. If we start performing given preseason, if we sign away and it goes good, I honestly don't know what we will do. Well, this is the other thing, right? And I made this argument with Cherry Evans coming to the Roosters. We're under no obligation to play Cherry Evans once he arrived at the Roosters. People are like, oh, Hugo Savala's going so good. Why would you sign Cherry Evans? If you sign Cherry Evans and Cherry Evans doesn't perform, you can bring in Savala. Sick. Cherry Evans can play reserve grade if needed. Doesn't matter. If you can afford him, do it. Same with Eels for next season. If you can afford Jerome Luai, great. If he doesn't perform, there's Josh Papali. It's fine. That's a poor error. It's a very poor error there. CY1 came out with a bad error there. I don't know if he's baying for something. Yeah, there's a call of challenge. It did look very weird. Let's see. Claiming high contact. Roosters really underutilized Daniel in the air today, I feel. Well, we kicked to find Mark. There wasn't really much opportunity, I think, to kick to Daniel Tupou. Yeah, it was high contact. Yeah. Fair enough. Good challenge. That's actually the other thing about burning the bunker. That's never occurred to me. You would have to get rid of the captain's challenge. That's really interesting. That's never occurred to me. Anyway. I'm so tired. I'm going to sleep immediately after this. You have no idea. If we score here, it's done. We score here, it's finito. Done. Dunsky's gone. Or you're like, vanished. Finished. Alright, run there for better than you. Is Edmund Matter injured? I haven't seen him in the team list for a few weeks. I do not know. Unfortunately. I do not know. He did, I think he sent me a DM after that whole thing happened, so that was very cool. He's the Mauritian eligible player. Assuming I'm thinking of the right guy here. I'm pretty sure it was him. Ramsey on now to find Billy Smith. Offer to Daniel Tupou. Nothing doing there. We'll just take a tackle. Good stuff. Alright. Uelu's in at dummy half here. Going to the right-hand side. Savala. Now for Radley. Back to find Daly Cherry Evans. In the hands of Rob Toya. There's a bit of space out there. He just steps back inside and takes a tackle there. Did he try and get an offload away? No, he's held the ball there. So this is the last. Here's an opportunity to kick to Tupou in the air. This is when you do it. Cherry Evans gets it. Now back to fight Savala. He's kicked it for Toops. He's kicked it for Toops. Toops goes up forward and he comes down with it. Daniel Tupou's been doing that for 10 years. And still to this day has done it.
Just redeem Pepsi Max.
Lorenzo, no. Rise up, Roosters fans, for your man, your prince, who's got 2 on his special day. Daniel Tupou, he's just the freaking GOAT, man. He's just the GOAT. Yes! Come on! Just inevitable. Oh, the crowd love it. Just brilliant work. I love this guy. Kid can play. It's gonna be so. I know I'm getting a little bit like, doom and gloom about it, but there's gonna be a day, could be the end of this year, could be next year, where Daniel Tupou's no longer at my club, and I won't know what to believe. I won't know what to think, but I'm savoring every moment that is still here. Absolute rugby league, that is. Absolute rugby league. I called that "Give Me My Flowers." Yeah, no, shout out to you. And look, even I said there hasn't been the chance to, but on that play where we had it on the last on the other side of the field, I'm like, this is where you kick to Toops. Nah, we both deserve the flowers, bro. We both do. Daniel Tupou has scored Tupou. Absolutely, he has. I'm happy Tupou scored a double, but Parra's defense on that side's been bad. It has. So you can see 20 eventually, yeah. But let's see. So 14 the margin, 12 to go. Kick to come. Should be able to defend our way to a victory here. Starts that one way out wide. Hugo Savala. It does. Jeez, I didn't think it would come back hard enough. But there we go. 22-6. Good teams. The very good teams win, as I said, when they are not playing overly well. And that's us today. Hell yeah. Savala kick crossfield. Oh, I love it. Oh, I could watch that all night long. I really could. He's just... Oh, he's that good. He's that good. I love him so much. I love him so very much. Daniel 3-po will happen. Trust me. I hope so. I hope so. But it just makes sense, Tupou wearing number 2 scores 2. How the hell's that gone in? I have no idea. I think he has most tries in his career against any opposition. It is Parramatta, so he's added to that. Parramatta tried to go a funky short kickoff there. Found Daniel Tupou, and the ruling is going to be that he was tackled there. So he'll be called to play it. Just does. I just unironically got an ad for Heyday. That still exists? Heyday still exists? What? No. Stop it. No. I played that game once, and the only conclusion that I came to was... This game is fundamentally stupid. So how... That's... I don't think I've used that soundbite in that way before. So how is it still around? I don't like laughing at my own jokes that much, but I think that one's pretty good. Alright, this is the last here. Ualu. In at dummy half. Gets it to find Hugo Savala. Puts a bomb up. Put it that direction. Toops taps it back. Very hard, very fast, very far. Lenu has it. Back to find Radley. Will he put boots ball? He doesn't. Spreading it to the other side now. Siwa Wong. It's a bit of a 3-on-2. Puts a kick in behind. Might force a drop out here. And we do. Iongi, I tell you what, he struggled initially there with that. Ended up taking the tackle in goal. It's a good result. But I thought for just a half moment there that he sort of struggled to deal with that kick. And Ramsey might have been Johnny on the spot. Yeah, bounced off his foot initially. I found out a minute before you did. Yes, I guess it exists. There we go. I never played it, but my little buttons were obsessed with it like 10 years ago. It was that long ago. That's the thing. Just need 7 more tries for that glorious 200 tries. Would be ideal. Would be very good. I'm more thinking about the games that he's going to play. Oh, that's one of the worst short dropouts you'll see. I'd love him to retire as the most capped Rooster ever. He'll need to play into next season to do it, though, I think, at this point. If you score again, would you sub Tupou off for a standing ovation? We don't really do that in League as much as they do in soccer. It's just less of a big thing, but yeah, maybe. Maybe. Bing JR, thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I hope I've read that username correctly. Sorry, it was very small on my screen, but much appreciated. In fact, it is, yes. You're the one that said, 7 more tries for Toops. Gotcha. Lenu short ball near the line. Oh, Cherry Evans was there on an offload from Siwa Wong. Wong could not get the ball away on the second here. Back to find Radley. And now to find Savala. Out to find Billy Smith. Can't step away in order to find Daniel Tupou. Shame about that injury earlier in the year. Yeah. Yeah. I love the Captain's Challenge, but it sucks in Super League. So much slower. I boil the kettle when it starts and they're still going when I'm back. Really? Is it just because their video reviews take longer? I know that they do a lot more of the talking through it. And the bunker official is talking to the TV director. Is that sort of why? Savala to kick to find Marky Mark this time around. Goes up for it. Doesn't come down with it. Toya was nearly there, I tell you what. But forced another dropout. I don't know if Mark touched it. Yeah, no, Mark didn't touch it. What a lovely stadium that is. Yeah, it's a good point. It's a good point here for Cooper Cronk. I think if we challenged that, we would have got a penalty there. Adokar did not jump. Absolutely not jump. Anyway, they go somewhat short again. Not really. I guess just try to force a weird error. They get it back to find Spencer Lenu. That was not really a great pass, but anyway. It's a weird one. 8 minutes left. I'm comfy now. I've really enjoyed this last sort of 15, 20 minutes of this game. The Fahu White crabbing across field. Really happy with this win in the end. Really happy with this win. Cherry Evans. On to find Spencer Lenu. We've got Melbourne next week in Sydney. Something's just occurred to me. Oh, I need to tell my mate about this. I'll get to it in a moment here. Kick it behind. Tupou's there. Tupou for 3. Tupou for 3. Yes. On his special day, it's 3 of the best. He's made them pay, and that completes a wonderful hat trick. Yes. Oh. Bro, Rugby League writes the best scripts, bro. On his special day, game 300, he's got 3 tries in it. Daniel Tupou moves further up that all-time try-scoring leaderboard. He's there on the spot in that little corridor, and that is brilliant from the veteran. Yes. What my realization was, so I've got a mate, Teo, you see him in the chat sometimes, he's Romanian. Didn't know what Rugby League was before meeting me, and very much became a Rugby League fan. Watches all my content now and stuff. Oh, speed dealers, let me tell you.
Money God 164, you just redeemed speed dealer coming.
Anyway, yeah, I converted him, and the player that, this was maybe, would have been 2017, the first year that he followed it, and he fell in love with Daniel Tupou. Just the height, the athleticism, all this stuff. So Tupou's always been like his guy.
Someone just redeemed a thing.
And that, Jesus.
Money God 164, you just redeemed.
There's not much of a head dent. Not much of a head dent. But yeah, Tupou was his guy. And Teo's never been to Australia, and he was going to come to Australia this year. Eventually, unfortunately, he couldn't afford it. But he was going to come throughout this period, and the Roosters game we were going to go to was Roosters versus Eels. That's only just occurred to me. That would have been so freaking cool for him. He loves Daniel Tupou. This would have been Tupou's day.
Money God 164 yet just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
I'm going to send him a voice message after this being like, you should have come, bro. All the notifications are happening. What a kick, Savala.
Lucas, he scored case and playing in Dice Game Makers.
What? Tupou comes off. He does get subbed off. Good call from Mort. Oh, you love that. Thank you for the $2, WTF. And he in fact, has not played in this game. Dylan Lucas. Look at that. Back. First game since Magic Round, and he scores 3. Oh, that's the stuff dreams are made of. That's the stuff dreams are absolutely made of. You love to see it. Savala's the GOAT goal kicker. Genuinely, he might actually be better than Nathan Cleary at goal kicking. It's not impossible. That's incredible. Also, the Leaguie, do you use the background light for things other than streaming? Not really. I have it on during the day when I'm streaming. So not when I'm streaming, when I'm studying and stuff, often. I rarely have the actual light of my room on. I typically have this lighting where I'll turn the light on in my kitchen so it's a little bit brighter, but I'll have my studio light on and the colors in the background. It makes it feel a bit cooler. Wow. That's so cool. I'm so happy about this. You have a kitchen. Well, it's the same room. It's an extension of the room, but yes. I do have a kitchen. Alright, played there. Now in the hands of Isaiah Yongi. Oh, Tedesco's there with him. That's so nice. That's so cute. That's like, them's my Pookie Bears, bro. Them's my Pookie Bears. Hell yeah. Oh. The day when Dylan Lucas scores 2, because it'll be one of the hypest moments in League history. He did. I think that's how it started, right? You ain't getting a house tour, at least not right now. That's for sure. Do you make on YouTube enough on YouTube to live or not? No, not even nearly. Not even close. Absolutely not. Nuh-uh. No, 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 no. No, sir. Kick it behind there. Nwangani Tawase with a catch. And he does well to stand in the tackle there and just straighten. Ball's come free there. Ends up with Ramsey. Is the ruling knock on? It is. I mean, with Mark, you live by the sword, you die by the sword at 28-6. Sure. No, I definitely don't make enough on YouTube to live. I do have a scholarship, which gets me certainly a lot more money. And I have financial assistance from my parents. So, yeah. Oh, Cooper Cronk's got down from the commentary box to hang out with Tupou and Tedesco. That's very cool. Who do you got tomorrow? Well, my tips for today weren't ideal. I got 1 out of 3. But I have been tipping quite well, generally speaking, this year. I think Knights will beat Souths. I think Seagulls will beat Cowboys. And I think Storm will beat Titans. But Rabbitohs Knights, 50-50-ish game. Seagulls Cowboys, 50-50-ish game. Storm Titans isn't. But I think the Titans are capable of just pulling off something here. For the corner there, Parramatta. What a try-saver. Who was that? Was that Rambo? That was Rambo. Rambo! Shit out Rambo! Hell yeah! Shit out Rambo! Let's get it! Damn! And intercept by Radley. It's a great game. It's been a decent old second half. It's been a decent old second half. You take 24 points to 6 in the second half. You would. You did not just say you think Manly will beat the Cowboys. I must be imagining things. I don't know. I just kind of vibe it. I think I would tip either of those teams at home.
Just redeemed a thing.
X3 Ninja 7767 just redeemed Pepsi Max Sip.
On God. In this economy? You want me to just sip Pepsi in this economy? Oh, Rex Bassingthwaite is on. And knocks on immediately. Sorry, but Bassingthwaite on the back of a jersey like that, that just works as well. It's such an old style surname. Bassingthwaite, bruh. There ain't been a Bassingthwaite since 1976. And yet here we are. I'm glad that the one game that wasn't an upset today was the Roosters. I don't know what I'd do if we lost to the Eels. I would have been a little bit miffed. Slightly pissed. Just mildly irked. Certainly vexed. That's for sure. Alright. 2 minutes left. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Hell yeah. We're probably not going to beat Melbourne next week, so I'll let you know. I'll take this while we got it. 6 more? Sure. Don't care, man. Don't care. Do not give 2/3 of a damn. Frankly. So that's alright. Alright. Edwards finds Pezzett. Is DeBellin playing? I keep commentating him, but I think that every single time I've said DeBellin, it's actually Edwards. I suspect that might be the case. No, DeBellin was playing. Good. I'm glad that I didn't notice that DeBellin wasn't playing in the 79th minute. Here we go. Kicking behind there. Chased back there by Nwangani Tuase. Fox was there. Got a whistle here, maybe a penalty? Or... No, jeez. I thought Fox was going to get there, to be honest. I got the Odyssey ad. I want to see the Odyssey. I don't think I'm actually going to get around to doing it, though. Damn is a swear, Leaguie? That's not true. If it is, then I swear literally every single stream. What do you think of the proposition in the UK to force YouTube to push TV networks over independent content creators? Well, I am an independent content creator, so, you know. No, I think that it's certainly not good. I need to look into it further to have much of a comment, but the content creator market should be a free market, regulated in terms of laws, but it should be a free market. 23,000 people there, that's pretty good. If independent content creators can outperform legacy media on YouTube, that should be allowed to happen. I understand the reasoning why. Obviously, there's a lot of employees in legacy media who are being laid off and struggling and all that stuff, but you don't need to legislate to protect dying industries. Let the circle naturally take place. For the corner, we're going to concede a try there right at the death. That's unfortunate. Araz Nanva, that might be his first in a try. Yes, it is. Last try wins? Sure, bro. Sure. 28 points to 10. It will be 28, probably 12.
Just redeemed a thing.
Shikoe 420 just redeemed Pepsi.
Happy
Max
with that.
Sip.
Happy with that. Hell yeah. That win has hit hard. I was a little bit, I was nervous coming into it, as I said, and as the game went on, you know, we're losing 6-4, 4-0 at halftime even, I'm like, yeah, it's panning out the way that I feared it might pan out. Thankfully not. I think I already didn't I, Money God? Anyway, I will when I come across it. When you have to do tip against Roosters, I have tipped against Roosters before. It's very rare though. Hell yes. So happy for Toops, man. So happy for Toops. Bro, I promise you I predicted this exact score. Do we want to draw attention to the fact it's 28 to 10 at the moment. Pezzett hits it. Pezzett's got it. Did I not? I might be incorrect about this, but I don't think did I not last game predict that the score would be 28-12? I think I did. I think I said last game when I was asked score predictions for this game, I said Roosters 28, Eels 12. Did I not? You got the score right. Yay! Yeah! Noah of ball. Ball knowledge. Hell yes. What more would you expect? Bruh, there's a reason why they call me the Leaguie. I'm putting that out there. There's a reason. Yes, it's because I made it my own username back in the day. Was that remarkably, pretentious and self-entitled? God, yeah. But still, way! I'm actually happy about that last try then. That makes me pleased. That makes me pleased. You called it an hour ago. I called it earlier than that. Hell yeah. Noah of ball. We're going to get a woohoo, I think, from him.
Well, if you told me before a ball's kicked we take 28-12, should be 28-6, I'm very happy with that. You couldn't script that better. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Three second half tries. look, okay, there's that whole Tupu element, which is just brilliant. But looking at it as a match, as I've probably said to you many times, Dylan, go clean your room. The other thing I've also said to you is if you're going to win the comp, you've got to win games in very different ways. That's a different way to win. Okay, we could have skipped away to 20-0 and then shoved it, into a low gear, ended up winning 28-12. It's good that we had that first half, didn't do enough with it, put that in the back pocket, just got on with things in the second half. So that's what I've liked about our last 3 wins. They have not been fantastic wins. They've been a little messy. They've been a little unattractive. But it's like, no, we got the job done. So really, really happy with that. Great way to finish. And do you remember meeting Tupu?
Yeah.
In the north of England?
Yeah.
Memorable moment. Perfect for this. So, yeah, really happy. Now let's go.
Yeah, I said a variation of that. I said, the really good teams win even when they're playing badly, and that was quite a comprehensive win in the end for not a great performance. To do it without those 3 out of 4 spine members and still get a 28-12 win, pretty happy with it.
Yeah. It is. Oh no, I'm really, really happy in the end. Look, even at half time, I mean, okay, there was the real disappointment of the fact that we should have been up by more, but it still felt like, if you were going to put your money on someone, it was going to be Easts. It still felt like, well, we've blown it. And okay, so we've only won 28-12 instead of 48-12. But yeah, really, really happy. And that's what really good teams do. So got to be happy with the Chooks. Got to be happy with another 23,000 people there on a Saturday night. So yeah, good win and perfect way. Oh look, he's hugging his Islander brothers. I love it when they do that.
Something that's very impressive is that at the end of today, the Roosters for and against is better than the Dolphins.
Oh, is it? When your brother told me, I didn't know that. When your brother told me about that, I'm picking him up from the club, and I said to him, Dylan, Simon, I've been at the Opera. I have no idea what's happened in the footy today. And he said, all I'll say is the Dolphins can't win the comp.
They'd already conceded 50. They'd already conceded 50 earlier in the year, but yes, they now doubly can't.
Oh, now they can't win next year either.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And that was my when I saw 66, I thought, great, for and against. I didn't know we're now ahead of them.
Yeah.
Because we owe those bastards when they beat our reserve grade. They peaked too early, Dylan. That's their problem. Now's when you want to peak. So, yeah, good win. Couldn't be happier for Toops. He's just the nicest human being and so wonderfully humble. It's mind-blowing. But what a way. Three tries. What a way to celebrate your 300th game. So,
yep.
On to Melbourne. Let's go. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yes, all 3 games. So, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to it.
Okay. All right. Well, enjoy. Yes, I'll see you whenever. I might watch 1 or 2 of them, but I'm going to be cleaning drains. It's a lot of fun being a dad.
Yes, I'm sure it is.
Yes. Don't be so sure just yet. Anyway. All right. I'll talk to you later, Tiger. But
okay.
Yes, very happy.
Goodbye. See ya.
Bye.
Nice. Love it. I'm over the moon. I'm really, really pleased with that. It was a good performance. It was a good result for a less than ideal performance. But to do that without, a number of really high quality players in our roster was nice. And to get three tries for Daniel Tupou as well. That's the better part of it. So really, really happy. Anyway, I will leave it there. Thank you for being here, especially those who've been here throughout the entire stream. It was 6 hours plus, so much appreciated. We'll be back again tomorrow. Same length of time, maybe slightly less because we don't have that big break, which is good. But all 3 games, back to back. We tend not to get 3 games on a Sunday. It's probably our last time this year where we get 3 games on a Sunday. So really looking forward to it. Anyway, look, I will leave it there. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for hanging out. And I'll talk to you later. Goodbye.